Good afternoon. I'm Scott Weeks from Recluse Cigar Company. I'd like to welcome you to Cigars and Cars, Orlando's premier cigar smoking event. Today we got an exceptional deal for you, and I want to tell you a little bit about Recluse Cigars. There's a couple of things that separate Recluse Cigars from just about any other factory in the world. Every tobacco leaf in the world has ammonia in it, and you got to bring that ammonia out, and you do it during the fermentation process. Now, most fermentation is done for anywhere from 1 to 3 months. We're the only factory in the world that every single leaf in our cigars, and every cigar that we make that's got Recluse on it, every single leaf is fermented for 2 years. Now what that means to you is that you get all the flavor of the blend, but you get none of the baggage that goes with it. It'll be one of the smoothest, cleanest deliveries of that flavor that you'll ever smoke in any cigar you ever smoke in your life. The second thing that we do is there's 2 ways to roll cigars. Okay, one is called bunching, and some people call it the accordion fold. It's taking the filler leaf and folding the filler leaf in your hands, back and forth. Then you bunch it together, then you put the binder leaf on it, and you put it in the press. Now what we do and what the Cubans do is called entubado or entubar. Every single cigar that we roll in our Tabacalera Leyendas Cubanas factory is rolled in this fashion. What you do is you take each filler individually and you roll them by hand. And then you take those 3 rolls and you pull them together, and that creates 3 air channels in the cigar. And then you put the binder on it, put it in the press, and put the wrapper. Now what that does is it guarantees you that every single Recluse cigar that you smoke is going to have an effortless draw, guaranteed every time. Now, what we're previewing today is our first release was released back in late 2011, early 2012, called the Recluse OTG. The OTG stands for Off the Grid. This cigar is a Brazilian Maduro, special seed strain of Brazilian Maduro called Cubra. And what it is, it's more flavorful than a regular Brazilian Maduro and smoother. And on the football field of flavor, this cigar is probably on the 55 to 60 yard line. Smooth as a baby's butt every single time. Now, our second release was in 2013 called the Recluse Draconian. The Recluse Draconian is an Ecuadorian Maduro, and it's got, this is where it gets sexy, okay? We bring this blend from 4 different countries and we put it into this cigar. So you have an Ecuadorian Maduro wrapper, and then the binder is our MBC binder, which is proprietary. It's very critical to the burn of the cigar, and we don't like to put it out there what it is because we don't want other manufacturers taking that binder and using it. Now the filler 1 is called Braziago. It's a Brazilian Dominican hybrid. Very flavorful, very juicy, very smooth leaf. Filler number 2 is Piloto Cubano, which is a very hard leaf to cultivate. But once you cultivate it properly, it's one of the most flavorful leaves that you can put into a cigar. Excellent and fantastic. Leaf number 3 is very top prime Dominican Ligero, which gets all the sun, the wind, and the rain, so it's the most full flavor Brazilian tobacco. Leaf number 4 is the one that we're the most proud of. It's called Iconic Ligero, after the company, Iconic Leaf Cigar Company. It's a seed strain that me and J.R. Dominguez developed in our factory. And what it does is it stimulates the saliva gland, so you never get thirsty when you smoke the cigar. And it enhances the overall flavor of the cigar. Now, for 2014 is the year of the Amadeus. Now, Amadeus is an innovation in itself because it's an Ecuadorian Connecticut shade wrapper that's grade A. Every year the farmers, they grade their leaf A through F, and that's how they price it. A is considered perfect and without flaw. Now this cigar is box pressed. Now it's very hard to find a cigar that has a shade grown wrapper that's box pressed, because by box pressing it, once the cigar starts to change shape a little bit, it pops the wrapper, because shade grown wrappers are very sensitive. What we do is we run this through a 4 pressing process to bring this cigar into the box press shape with this grade A Ecuadorian shade grown wrapper. And the filler is Dominican Ligero, Viso, and Seco, and then we put a little Pennsylvania broadleaf in it. Now this cigar is not your normal shade grown cigar. This cigar has lots of juicy flavor, and it's extremely, extremely smooth. The way that we blend our cigars in the Tabacalera Leyendas Cubanas, and every cigar that has the Recluse name on it, the way that we blend our cigars is to have lots and lots of flavor and to be very, very smooth. Because we don't like to make one and done cigars. We want to make a cigar that you can enjoy as often as you choose and whenever you choose. And so all of our offerings, whether it be the OTG, the Draconian, or the Amadeus, they're all set, they're all blended for success. Now, what we're doing today, all right, I want to tell you a couple things. One is that we invented two shapes of cigar. One is called the Sidewinder. Now, the Sidewinder is square pressed on the sides, and it's round on the front and the back of the cigar. And the way that we designed the cap is so that when you squeeze the sides, the cap pops open. And then you just pull the flap off and it's ready to smoke right off the bat, because we roll that into bio method, which creates the effortless draw. Now what we do is we make that in this ELF pack, which stands for 8-legged free. And we make it in all three blends in three sizes, which is a 5x57, a 6x57, and a 7x57. And normal retail is $8, $9, and $10 for the three sizes in all three blends. But we don't make all three of these blends in regular production for box sales. We only make all three blends available in this ELF pack cigar assortment. Now, another cigar that we invented is called the Recluse Canu, K-A-N-U. And what this does is it combines the functionality of a box press, which makes this cigar burn slower and burn cooler, with the functionality of a Perfecto, where the wrapper to filler composition changes as you smoke it. So this cigar's got a story to tell, and you got to read the book page by page. You can't jump chapters. This is a Picasso right here. Now, that cigar, we make it only in one blend, which is the OTG. But in this ELF Pack Canu Connoisseur series, we make it in all three blends, all three sizes, which is a 6-inch, a 7-inch, and an 8-inch. And it's a 1 hour, 2 hour, and a 3 hour smoke. So we make it in all three of the blends, all three sizes, only in this ELF Cigar Connoisseur series. Now, normal retail on the Sidewinder set is $85, and normal retail on the Canu set is $99. Now, here's the deal for Cigars and Cars. Any box of Recluse cigars that you buy, anything Robusto and higher, Robusto, Toro, whatever you get, you buy a box of 24 cigars, you're going to get one of these ELF packs free. That's an $85 to $99 value that's only available right here at Cigars and Cars. So please come up and see me at the event. We're glad you're here. We look forward to seeing you at the booth, and we have some exceptional deals for you. I'm Scott Weeks once again, and thank you for your support.